So now we're going to draw our character, or at least start to draw it. And the first tool I want to demonstrate here is how you can draw with simple shapes. And over here in our tool palettes we have down here the ellipse tool. That's what is on mine. But if you noticed, all these small triangles that are besides the tools, that means that there are more tools underneath. And the tools most of the time are quite similar to the tool on top. But if I go and click that triangle, you can see I have a rectangle tool, have rounded rectangle, ellipse, polygon, star. Yeah, flare, we're not going to use that. But here I have some simple shapes that I can actually use to draw. And I start with this one simple shape to draw this stem, this thing down here, my mushroom character. I just do like this, and then I have a rectangle with rounded corners. And this small circle here, I can click and drag it, and then I can actually control how, with how much rounding I want on my corners. This is quite nice. I just go over in my colors and choose one of my colors here. This one I want black. And yeah, so now I have this one. Now I'm going to start off to draw something that is actually going to be quite similar, with a lot of symmetry, which we don't want in our character design. And my character is like, my sketch is very asymmetrical, but I can actually fix that afterwards. I can do something that is quite symmetrical, and then with the puppet tool or with the effect warp, I can actually make it asymmetrical, and that's what I'm going to do afterwards. So first of all, I'm just going to do something that may look a little bit stiff, may look a little bit symmetrical and geometric, but I can kind of fix that later on. So yeah, I'm going to have some kind of shape as well. Actually, this one is pretty good. Just going to drag a copy with my black arrow and pressing option like I did in the previous movie. And just, yeah, this is going to be quite nice for this head in here. I know my fill color is going to be this pastel green over here, so I'm choosing that one. And then I have all these blurbs here, and I'm just going to take an ellipse and actually draw some circles with that and kind of stuff them in, change the size a little bit. Drag a copy again by pressing option. Yeah, if you notice when I press option, they get like a double arrow on my cursor, like a black arrow on top and a white arrow underneath, and that means that I can drag a copy. This one is going to be a little bit bigger, something like that. Yeah, something up here as well, maybe like that. And then I'm going to fill in the rest. Maybe something like that. Maybe this is going to be weird, I don't know. We figure that out later. Oops. I'll take a couple of these as well. With my shape builder tool later, I'm going to make this into one big shape. And I'm a bit afraid that this might be, it's going to be a little bit complicated. Maybe that is better than like this maybe. maybe. Okay, so I have something, I don't know if it works, but we figure that out. I select it all, and with my shape builder tool over here, looks like that, shape builder tool, I select that, and then I can actually build it all into one shape. And that is quite handy, because that's what we want. So this is an easy way to draw something. There's still a lot of points in it, and I don't know if I'm really satisfied, but it's okay. He's still a psychedelic mushroom, and it's okay. He's got some kind of pimples. But what I want to do now is I want to make it more like with this asymmetrical shape, and I'm going to show you a way to do that. So I'm going to select all of it, and then I'm going over here and finding my puppet tool, and I think it's under here. Yeah, it's under my free transform, my puppet tool, and I click that. Yeah, and then it looks like this. Illustrator made this grid, and all this is something, it's pin that I can drag in, and you can see it's actually quite dynamic. So these I can drag in, but they also tell me I can make new pins, like put one here, and then drag this one down. But they also tell, yeah, I can also like define where I want the figure to stand still. So yeah, I want this melting effect, so maybe I can do some kind of melting effect with this. But most importantly, I want this, asymmetrical line of action. We're getting there. So this is it's a new tool, it's quite nice, and you can do some kind of effects with it, and you can actually build something up like really, really simple and symmetrical, and then make it quite asymmetrical with this one. Yeah, so maybe I'm happy there, and I just click OK. And if I just drag this one out, it really doesn't look like my original sketch, not that much, a little bit. I could be satisfied if I were in a hurry, but I'm not satisfied. I'm not in a hurry. I want to smooth something out because I actually really like this detail down here. So, and the way I can do that is, yeah, because of draw this from a lot of circles, there's actually quite a lot of points in it, and I don't want that, so I can always clean it up. One of the ways I can clean it up is that I can choose it. If I double click it, I come into a group. Notice this breadcrumb path up here. Then I come into it, and I've chosen it, and I go up into objects up here. I don't know if you can see it in the movie. And then down here to path, and then there should be something that's called simplify. So if I click that, then I can simplify path, and I can, yeah, it's pretty okay actually. And then I can simplify and smooth it. And when we're doing something for the internet, and when we're doing SVG files, we always want to have less vector points in it. So to simplify it, that is a good thing. So let's see what it looks like now. I have it selected, but I can't see how the points are. I have to have the direct selection tool over here, the white arrow. And you can see there's less vector points. All these are vector points. But I can still clean up in it by having my pen tool over here. If I click it here, you can see I can both add and I can delete, and I can also convert vector points. But actually, just by having this selected and have selected the pen tool, if I put my cursor over one of these vector points, you can see the cursor changes. Now I have a minus, and that means I can actually remove vector points. So I'm just going to do that down here. This is actually pretty okay for now. And I'm choosing the direct selection tool, clicking this tool down here, and then I'm just going to edit this so I get the shape how I want it. You can still, these rounded wheels here, they still have the same effect, they smooth out. And that's really good for my Hattie Stewart design. Oh yeah, and this, yeah, maybe this is pretty good as well. But here, notice, actually what I wanted was to only grab one of these Bézier corners. When I grab one, and I do that by clicking this circle out here, this handle. But if I only want to affect one of them, then I press Option on my keyboard. You can notice there come a little plus sign beside my cursor. And then I can just edit one of the handles. So there's plenty of ways to edit this afterwards. Yeah, so this was the first step in drawing my character design. See you in the next movie, where I'm going to show you more useful tricks.